Tell us more about it and what inspired it.
Okay, song mpya nimetoa inaitwa Kwako. Hiyo song inanifanya like inaongelea nilikuja kugundua God ndiye anafanya nikuwe mimi kwa hii life, unaona? Apart from God, yani mimi singekuwa mtu kabisa. Yani Mungu angekuwa kama mwanadamu, ningekosa kila kitu. Unaona? Juu nikiwa mdogo sikuwa najua kama God ndiye anafanyaga ABCD, but the more niliendelea kuwa mkubwa nikakuja kujua like God ndio kila kitu. Unaona? So nilijawa na nguvu, nikajawa na tabasamu, yani after tu kumjua ndio hiyo.
Yeah, the song is called Kwako. It's a couple of weeks old. Where can people watch it and where can people find you personally?
Okay, me social media napatikana kila sehemu na jina Juma Vince, kila mahali. Yeah, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, kila mahali, TikTok hivyo.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Alafu hiyo nyimbo unique as you play for us.
Okay,
Juma anaweza ku dance along to it and sing along to it.
Na jina Juma Vince, kila mahali. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, kila mahali, TikTok hivyo.
All right. Thank you so much for coming. Alafu hiyo nyimbo unique as you play for us. Juma anaweza ku dance along to it and sing along to it.
So tuko studio tunafanya lakini baba kanya let's go and be tulikuwa zero boda ametuweka quarantine na tulilala bila pilo deli kukesha na kilio. So tuko studio na nimetoka mbali naenda mbali mapipo watu wengi walidhani hatutakuwa masongo na nimetoka mbali naenda mbali mapipo watu wengi walidhani hatutakuwa masongo.
All right, welcome back. And right now we are expecting a link from Mtihani House. We know that the CS for Education, Ezekiel Mashogu, is set to release KCPE results today, any moment from now. And this is the last KCPE results that we will ever get to hear of, as we have switched to CBC now. And our reporter is on standby. We have our reporter, Serafina Roby, at Mtihani House. If we may go straight to Roby. Good morning, Roby, if you can hear me.
Indeed, a very good morning, Vivian. We're coming to you live from South Sea here in Nairobi at Mtihani House, where we are following up on the release of the last Kenya Certificate of Primary Examination results that are set to be released anytime from now here at the Mtihani House, whereby about 1,415,315 candidates searched for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Examinations, and 1,282,554 for the Kenya Primary School Education Assessment Exams, and both are set to be released today by the Education CS Ezekiel Machogo anytime from now, as announced yesterday. Remember that these exams were done on the 30th, started on the 30th of October 2023 and were completed on November 1st, 2023. And then 22 days later, the results are ready to be released. And also, as of last year, the candidates that searched for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education were about 1,233,852 candidates. This means that the number went up if it's compared to last year, given that this year is 1.4 and last year was 1.2 candidates that sat for the exam. As we look back at what happened last year, is that there was the 100% transition, and that is both in this year's results. After the results have been announced, we expect to see 100% transition, given that this is the last time that we'll be seeing the results being released for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education. It is the end of an era for the KCPE to be released, and also that were seen to be very competitive compared to the coming in curriculum, which is the competency-based curriculum. Remember that if we get to reflect on when this KCPE started, it started in 1985, 1.4, and last year was 8 years later. It's being phased out, and we are seeing the new dawn of the CBC, which has already been implemented. Also, if we get to just reflect on what happened in the last KCPE results that were released for the 2022 candidates, is that the most improved subjects as of last year were English language, the Kiswahili Lugha, and also Insha and Certificate of Primary Education. The number of boys that sat for the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education exams were 620 and the girls were 612. And given that we got to speak to the Education CS Ezekiel Machogu just a day earlier, that was on Tuesday, he got to tell us that there were actually no incidences of cheating. There are no incidences of cheating and only 6 attempts. So we expect to get very good results that are going to be released this year. Compared that last year we had about 252 cases that were reported of cheating. cheating, and this year the CS says that there were no actual cases of cheating, only attempts, and there are only 6 attempts. Also, if we get to reflect just on how the reforms that have been there since the beginning of the Kenya Certificate of Primary Education, is that we've been able to see a number of reforms since 1985. Since 1985, whereby the first, we've been able to see about 11 ministers that have been able to be in this ministry since 1985. And the first years was Olo Aringo. Olo Aringo was the Minister of Education in 1985. The system, the 844 system, and also was able to table a bill in Parliament during the Moi era that saw a number of reforms, including enabling some of the universities that you see, that is the Moi, Egerton, and Maseno, being public institutions, and also was able to propose some of the institutions to be in every province. Remember that back then we used to have about 8 provinces, and also able to see that after the minister Olo Aringo in 1985 came in Kalonzo Musyoka in 1998. Well, when Kalonzo Musyoka came in as the Minister of Education in 1998, he was also able to come up with a number of reforms, whereby he constituted a commission that was able to look at some of the challenges that and the commission was able to come out to look at the strengths and weaknesses of the 844 system. And some of the things that were being challenged was that the system was considered to be more theoretical than practical. Therefore, they were looking for ways practical than theoretical. And also some of the reforms that were made was that subjects were able to be reduced from 12 to 9 in the 844 system's burden for the students back then. Also, the next minister that came in was Henry Kosgei. That is from 2000 to about 2002. During his time, there were a lot of salaries. After 1 year, we came in another minister, which was Professor George Saitoti, who was the Minister for Education from 2003 to 2007. And remember, this was during able to see the beginning of the free primary education during his tenure, and also we were able to see a very high level of high enrollment during this period, whereby a number of students were able to join different schools because of the free primary education system that was introduced by President Kibaki. And then after that, we were able to see the next minister was Professor Sam Ongeri, who took the reins from 2000. And this was a very tumultuous time whereby there was the post-election violence, and during this time a lot happened. There were a lot of strikes. About 300 strikes were recorded in a period of about 1 year. And also I remember during Professor Sam Ongeri's time, this is when we were able to see the promulgation of the 2010 constitution that guaranteed education to be a right under the Bill of Rights. And also some of the reforms that were put in place was that the system was stopped. The students were stopped from repeating of classes, was put to a stop. And after that, also he revoked a ban on those. There was a policy that was put in place that if you were caught cheating in some of this examination, then you had to stay at home for about 2 years. During his tenure, he was able to stop that ban, and thereafter we were able to see Mutula Kilonzo from 2012 to about 2013. During Mutula Kilonzo's period, you remember that this was one of the ministers who had a very easy demeanor, and he was able to stand up for some of the students who wanted to wear short skirts that were considered miniskirts. I remember he had a very hard time with some of the principals, whereby the minister, the late Mutula Kilonzo, said that there's no need for students to dress up as nuns. But Mutula was one of the ministers who was also considered to be a reformist. He came up with so many reforms and implemented so many good reforms during his tenure, including given that he used to delegate most of his duties that were outside the country, so he never really used to travel a lot during his tenure. And also he was able to pass the Basic Education Act, whereby also there were penalties for parents that did not enroll their children in school. And there was also a bill, that the NEC bill, that was introduced, stopping striking of teachers during the national examinations. And then we saw the reign of Professor Jacob Kaimenyi from 2013 to 2015, who introduced who banned the ranking of schools and vowed, and he faced a lot of complaints from some of the leaders in regards to this. Then there was Professor Fred Matiang'i, who reduced the cheating and banned visiting of students in schools and prayer days, and introduced Ambassador Amina Mohammed, who introduced or launched the competency-based curriculum, and also condemned corporal punishment during his time. Then there was Professor George Magoha, who was considered a no-nonsense cabinet secretary, who also came up with a number of reforms during his tenure. And now we have Ezekiel Machogu, who is the cabinet secretary for education, who we are expecting any moment from now to come and release the 2023 Kenya Certificate of Primary Examinations and also the CAPSEA results. So any moment from now, we are going to see him here at Mitiani House to get to release the results of about 1.4 students who sat for the KCPE results and 1.2 that sat for the CAPSEA results. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Vivian. We'll still be here at the Mitiani House as we wait for the CS Education Ezekiel Machogu to come and release the KCPE results. Back to you, Vivian. I'm Sarafina Robi.
All right, thank you so much, Sarafina Robi, for that report. That was our reporter just bringing us up to speed on matters education, specifically the national examinations and how they have been happening throughout the years, including the CSs that have been taken up that particular office over the years. We will be following up on that particular story on our subsequent bulletins as we wait for the CS Ezekiel Machogu to bring us the results of the KCPE examinations that were done and ended this month. Now, right now we head back into Entertainment Thursday, and I am joined by amazing people in studio, young people in studio with me, and they are known as Curious Cousins 254 on TikTok. They are dancers, they are comedians, and they are models. Welcome to the show, beginning with you right here. Introduce yourself to us.
So, kwa majina naitwa Oliver Emmanuel from Lakisama. Na mimi ndo nilikam up na group najita Curious Cousins.
Okay.
Sasa ndo nikachukua watoto, tunafanya talanta pamoja. Na pia tuko na mmoja tu anaitwa Linet. Na tulikuja pia nayo.
Linet ako?
Linet ako pia.
Ako tu?
Yeah.
Ya hajakuja kwa set. Aya, tuambie jina yako, mam.
My name is Mary Purity.
Purity. Na wewe?
My name is Ivy Candy.
Ivy Candy, mko na jina supu supu by the way, kama tu ninyi wenyewe. Pia okay. Pia nimekuita msupu. Alright, so mbona mnajiita Curious Cousins? Nyinyi ni cousins wa ukweli ama ni jina tu?
Oh, hiyo swali tumekuwa tukiulizwa sana, kasi tunakunga nini cousins wa ukweli, but sisi ma cousins wa ukweli.
Ni si ma cousins.
Ni tu jina tulijita nayo.
So mlipatana wapi?
So tuko nini area moja. Sasa ndo nilichukua huyo na huyo tukaanza kufanya video.
Purity, wewe unafanyanga nini kwa Curious Cousins?
Na acting.
Una act. Wewe ni actress. So una acting kama nani saa zingine?
Na acting tu kama mwanafunzi.
Kama mwanafunzi. Okay, na wewe Candy unafanya nini kwa Curious Cousins?
Naweza fanya comedy, acting and dancing.
Unaweza dance, unaweza fanya comedy na una act bado. Wow, okay. So uli realize aje wanaweza fanya whatever they are doing, na hata wewe mwenyewe uliingiaje into this? Pia unafanya acting. Tueleze, ukituambia wewe unafanya nini kwa Curious Cousins na uli realize aje that Candy and Purity are the best people to join the group?
So nilianza peke yangu, ndo nikakuja nikamit Candy, nikaongea na mama yake akamuita. Kamuuliza kana za kuja kufanya video na mimi. Kumjaribu nikapata kwa sawa. So after time kaenda nikapatana na Purity. Then nikamjaribu na video moja, niko na pia yake ina trend sana. Sasa ndo niko na wako perfect. That's why niliwachoose.
So video ya kwanza ili go viral because mko na videos nyingi ambazo zime go viral. On TikTok you have a huge following, more than 200,000 followers.
Yes.
Si ndio? Na likes zimefika mita sijui 4. Mnasikia poa. So like video ya kwanza yenye ili trend ukajua okay, Sasa tunafaa tupige kitu, tunafaa tukue, this is what we will be doing. Ni video gani mlikuwa mnadu?
Hiyo video nilikuja na idea yangu ni like mimi ni mwalimu, bado mimi nakunga Diamond. Alafu wawili
Platinum.
Wanaweza kwa Zuchu. Sasa ilikuwa ni class sasa. Sasa mimi naongea ananijibisha na ngoma. Sasa nilikama na niko na watu naipenda sana. Sasa nikama kufanya hiyo na niliona hapo ndo naweza pata followers wengi na likes mingi.
Juu nimeona by the way actually zenye ziko pinned. You know on TikTok you can be able to pin the videos that you feel maybe ndo your best ama ndo unataka watu waangalie zaidi. Nimeona zenye umepin most of them ni hiyo ya like student, teacher and then mnajibizana na ngoma. Sijui kama we can do something hapa.
Like
we can try to do something. Enye iko just top of the mind. Enye tu inakuja kwa akili sahi. I see you're born ready. Yes. Kadogo tu. Let's do it. Action.
Yes, sikuwa ready for it.
Oliver unaniangusha. Kendi yako ready. Purity yako ready.
Ni lazima nipange juu kwa lyrics ya ngoma.
But zenye already ziko ama huwezi kumbuka saizi. Saizi hizi ma lights zimekuchanganya, makamera mingi.
Hizo ni mingi, sisi kumbuka sana.
But you need kukona something by them. Okay, we'll play later. We'll play one of the videos later. So Purity, unafanyanga hizi vitu saa ngapi? Unaendanga shule kwanza? Wacha nisiassume. Unaendanga shule? So unafanyanga content saa ngapi na shule saa ngapi?
Tunafanyanga on Saturdays na Sunday.
So Saturday na Sunday ndo time ya kushoot content. Na sasa homework ya Friday?
Nitaifanya nikifika home.
Ukifika tu hivi home Friday unamalizana na homework juu unajua Saturday na Sunday ni job ya content. Na wewe Kendi, unafanyanga una practice ngapi juu ina need rehearsals? Unaona kama saizi nimesema mfanye sahi imekuwa ni nini kidogo juu you need to rehearse. Si lazima mpige rehearsals. So wewe unafanyanga nini saa ngapi? Unafanya hizi rehearsals saa ngapi?
Kwenye tumefunga shule Saturdays na Sundays.
Inatekingi long kufanya video moja? Maybe mnakuangambia hivyo. Sikia ndio umesema haraka. Mnatekingi how long kufanya maybe video moja Oliver? Mmeamua sasa hii tunafanya this particular one. Hii ndo content tuna shoot leo. Inatekingi how long and maybe in a day because I assume ni weekends ndo mara mingi mna shoot. So maybe saa tu mnapanga mnafanya videos ngapi?
So unajua hizi jua time inachukua but kusema ukweli video inachukuanga long time kujenga. Juu lazima upitie hizo wango mwenda kutumia. Ukishapitia hizo wango mwenda kutumia lazima ukachini tena uandike content. After kujenga content sasa unakuja na record. So unajua sasa mimi nachukuanga character mbili na kunga mwalimu bado mimi ni mwanafunzi.
Bado ni Diamond.
Sana nakuja na record huyo. Alafu mimi nachukua parts zangu. Sasa ndio mimi niko na parts mbili za record. Then after hapo ndo naenda na edit. Sasa inachukuanga like tuseme like 5 hours hivi ndio nijengeo content.
Like 5 hours kutengeneza hiyo content because when I look at it it's not easy juu editing yake lazima ume take time kwa editing ufanye hiyo editing kabisa. So mna shooting mkiwa tu hivyo nyinyi plus the lady umesema mko naye pia. So do you have a team enye inawasaidia kushoot ama mna shoot vipi?
So team nilikuwa nayo but unajua kuwa na group ya zingine ni ngumu. Saa hiyo timu iliharibika ndio tukabaki watu wanne. Mimi, Kendi, Purity na Linet. Sasa hivyo ndo siku sasa ndo tunapush tuko hivyo wanne.
So mna shoot ninyi wenyewe mnajieditia wenyewe. So you're the one who shoots. Bado sasa time yenyewe wewe unaweka
si unaweka tu unaweka kamera kwa stand.
Kwa stand. Alafu una shoot.
Alafu unaweka ngoma alafu unafanya reactions zako.
Purity, wewe ni celeb shule? Watu wanakujua? Wanakujua? Hebu niambie mpaka walimu. So wao kuambia nini?
Waliniuliza kama nakunga TikTok juu na trend. Wakaniuliza nakunga TikTok nikasema
Kendi, wewe ni celeb. Napenda vile mnakubali wewe ni celeb. Si mimi ni celeb. Wewe ni celeb so shule watu wanakutreat different ama ni kawaida tu?
Different.
Wanakutreat different. Aje unapata ma favors? Ukichelewa uchapwi. Okay, siku hizi watu wachapangu shule. Ukichelewa upewe punishment.
Teachers ananiambianga tu niende class.
Kumbe mna enjoy hivi shule? Just because you're famous. Kwa hivyo you're enjoying. Do you enjoy what you do?
Yes,
Why?
because it's our talent.
Please, together as a chorus? No, one answer. One person.
Because it's my talent.
Yeah, it's your talent and you enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
You too, Kendi?
Yes.
Is this something unataka kufanya in future? Like when you grow up, what do you want to become?
Actor.
Nice.
Dance.
You want to become a dancer. So you're already doing what you guys want to do when you grow up. So meaning by the time munafika, how old are you first? 9? 9. So by the time munafika 16 years, mtakuwa yani, you know, you've really perfected the skill. Wazazi wao, are they okay with you shooting content with them? Are they okay with them being, you know, on camera? Because they've gone viral.